Today we'll be working on the really the integration piece of the UI, the main menu. We're gonna build out the game over screen. We're also gonna build out a pause menu screen as well. You'll get this little kind of a transparent background, and I'm trying to figure out of how how do I kind of make it more solid. There is a thing called theming. And by doing theming, it's like your HTML and CSS. When I say HTML and CSS, HTML is like your web page, right? You're building out your basic web page, and your CSS is where all the nice colors, formatting, organization. And again, for Godot, it's kind of a bit like the same thing as well. You're actually structuring it in such a way that you have more control over it, and you also establish a theme. So this is the one. Okay, awesome. Okay, so what I just did here was, okay, it's not styled line. If I do line, okay, it'd be a line. Okay, so actually I need to do is the style line flat, and what you see here is like all the different buttons that they have, or UI components, as user interface components, is that that they use, that you yourself can use in preview as well. A big giant panel that will span throughout the whole entire screen. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a opaqueness to it, so it helps the player to then kind of see, like, oh, okay, so I'm not going to see the main menu. I am not going to see this combination, right, of just a bunch of stuff cluttered together. I'm actually going to just make it dark. Running scene tone gives a path after loading into a package and give a new instance. Do something like this. Okay. So, okay, we go ahead and do that. Oh. And okay. Awesome. Thank you. Let's read the description here. One of the more important classes, the scene tree hierarchy of node. So nodes can be added, fetch, remove the whole scene tree. You can use the scene to organize your when do you want to use one over the other, right? Change scenes to file versus change scenes to packed. Well, I feel like you probably want to use the second one, right? Because change scenes to packed kind of gives it a nice, it removes. So we've seen in Godot, right, where you have to, the bullets will always be there in the 3D space if you don't explicitly tell it to clean it up, right? And so because of that, we're gonna need to do this. So we need to clean it up. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Remove the tree will be deleted, free from memory. Then we see instantiated. So this one does it. It does it for us already. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to give it a actual game over screen. And so, I believe in the last tutorial, they have a thing called signal, called hit, right? And so when they have a signal called hit, right, we can then, I believe we can hit dot emit. And I believe what this does, all callables connected to this trigger. So if it's hit, right? Okay. Cool. So let's go back to Godot doc. I think we got main menu here. Right, first 2D game, content, create the player, code up the player. And we're going to look at this example project. it is okay if you understand that copy pasting the code and experimenting with it, making sure you kind of understand what is it you're adding, you know, what is it you're trying to achieve, makes it okay. So what we're trying to do right here is we're looking at the main game scene, right? The main game scene is like the game manager. He's like your, you know, I haven't really played much of D&D per se, but I think probably a game master. So signal string name is called hit, right? And so if it does, okay, then we got a callable. So a callable, if I know this right, is it's gonna call over game over, right? And so we gotta call a function game over. You know, let's see if you like that. Yes, you do like this. And boom, awesome. So now the game manager, or the game play scene handles the game over aspect. Yeah, looks like that this one didn't work as expected. So what I was trying to do here is I'm trying to load the main menu. What I'm trying to do is like I'm trying not to create another scene with the game over menu, and also with another scene for the pause menu. Since so, you know, I thought that I could probably do it this way, which it did. It did, but I kind of have to think about this a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's just go hit this scene. So we got a little gameplay, you know, a lot of shooting, and when we collide, instead, it goes through here. Not what I wanted it to do. So, I mean, right now I can go and consult online of changing this. Kind of use a bit of the same code over here. Load the main menu again, but yeah, I don't think that necessarily is really a good thing to do. Let's see. I want to add a main menu, a game over menu, to allow players to reset the game when they lose. When they're done, they choose that change the scene back to the main. It says paused. Okay. Ooh, paused, which then makes me think that the whole scene is not running. When so they say get any input. Call the button. Everything seems to work fine. Game over is called. Then I press the button to go back to the main menu. Yeah, this is good. Wait, hold on. Okay. And the reason why I said this is good is because in our game, right, we also want, if we have a game over screen or you win, right, you also want to reset everything to back to the way it was. Okay, you know what, let's go with the simple option. Let's go create a game over screen and a pause menu screen. Since we said earlier in the previous streams that this gameplay space is like it's like the stage, right? The stage for all your performances, the background images, just things are coming together, right, onto this particular stage. My thought is that we could probably just instantiate the game over screen and the main menu, the pause screen over here. I know earlier we talked about, hey, having this little circular thing, it's not really that good, but it's a bit different. What's making this different is that it's a bit of where the game state is. I kind of wish, and feel free to let me know, is like how would you handle just the different states of the game, right? Main menu, pause, gameplay, and then game over, right? Or win, right? Game over and win. How do you handle it? Because that's what it seems to me, is that game over is, game over in all these different states of the game changes, right? And you're creating a loop. And if I'm reload active stage, replace the current so new instance of its original one. So if it's a new instance of its original one, I'm suspecting that it's gonna, we should, in theory, reset all the values. Right, so let's go to main menu. Okay, start a game, and main menu, right? Let's retry. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Oh, and it actually goes up in the background. Nice. Right? And then options. Oh, hey. Retry. Ta-da. Right? Go back to the main menu. Right here. Start the game again. Yep. So now we actually do have somewhat of a game loop at this point. And now we gotta do the pause menu. Okay, pause menu, same similar thing. Right, gotta give a color rect. And this is kind of where I kind of wanted to reuse the components, so I had to kind of recreate it and just do them more programmatically. But it looks like just how it looks so much easier if you just go ahead and create the component themselves. When I say create the components themselves, I'm talking about how just creating the view, not the view. What would you call it? Just create the scenes. Yeah, create the scenes themselves. Just makes it much more easier to deal with. Okay, and I'm gonna draw called pause. That's it. I think we can get to the point where I'm gonna have to learn the art. I know some of you guys said like, well, this game, Thomas was alone. I think that's what the game's called. But this game, a bunch of just really simple minimalistic art. They do sprites and yeah, sure, they do the minimalistic art of sprites, but that kind of depends on what kind of gameplay are you going for, right? Because like games, you kind of have to just get people's attention, right? That's the one thing people want is, oh well, okay, your game, this is cool, you have a game, right? But does it look good on the eyes? You kind of have to figure out, okay, if it doesn't look good on the eyes, then either I need to hear from sort of word of mouth or read the reviews, right, of how good the game really is. So we're almost there, almost done. However, though, I think we're missing the key critical function is, hey, how can we actually pause the game? So first off, you gotta do this one, right? Get tree.pause. Silly me, it's not when it's hit, it's only when things have been pressed. So we should be fine now, right? Not bring the gameplay, not doing anything. Start the game, and there you go, paused. Why not we just make a win screen as well? You win. And this is probably something that we probably will come back and do some more refinement. Yeah, do some more refinement of this. Because, yeah, but just to get a show of the, bam. And there you go. So we got a system. We got a system. And we got pretty much almost the basic core stuff that we needed for this. Um, and so uh, we're gonna need to finish up the rest of it. Um, Next stream, probably the HUD design, implementation, dialogue systems, and its implementation. Um, background, background music and placeholder, right? And maybe SFX too. I think those two can number three and number four on the next stream is going to be somewhat easier to do. Um, but yeah, so I think, and that's pretty much it for this stream. If you like me talking like this, or if you have any suggestions or comments, please go ahead and feel free to just put it into the comment section, and it would be mean a lot to me if you guys also click on the subscribe button too as well. I am now going to sign off, and I will see you all next time.